How are you doing? I was going to make a longer video to show you how to actually use this program, and the reason why is I made this for the special ed teachers in my school and shared it with all the SPED teachers in the district, self-contained teachers that is, to help them with their sight word assessments, just to make the data keeping easy because it automatically does graphs and all. And so a couple weeks went by and I told them to share some examples with me so I could make sure all the formulas were working, and one of the teachers said she didn't realize there was anything more to the file than this instruction page here. So I thought, I better go through and make a longer video. The site here on Teachers Pay Teachers has a little preview video, but it only allows for 2 minutes of video. So I was going to post this to YouTube, so if you buy the product, you can go through it. Basically, how this works is if you buy this, you get two files. One is the file itself, then you get an example one. The instruction tab guide you through setting this thing up and using it, but I'll show you an example really quickly. Basically, to set it up, you just click on data, you type in the student's name, and you choose the sight words you're going to assess, and then this is where you would click how they did that week. It's programmed to automatically change the date every week, but you can change it to whatever you want. When you actually need to print something for the kid, you would just come here and you choose the sight words you want. It's preloaded with Dolch and Fry, and you choose which ones you want. It automatically changes. You would hit the print key, change it to portrait, and hit print, and you're good to go. And you can actually hand that to the child and let them look down and read, and you can have a copy for yourself to mark. And then you come over here to the data and you would check whether they got it or not, and then the dashboard automatically shows you how they're doing. So let's go through and set one up really quickly just to show you a blank one here. So when you buy this thing, you would get this. The first thing you need to do is always keep your template pure. So just make a copy and name it the kid. We'll call this Dirt. Joe Dirt. Let's say Joe Dirt's a kid. So we make a new copy, and every time you make a new one for each kid, so you keep your template pure and not messed up any. And then the instructions tell you where to go, but we'll do it really quickly here. First thing is you just click on the data, and this computer is really slow, sorry about that, it's old. And you would type in the student's name, and once you do this, it puts it everywhere else it needs to be, and then you decide which sight word you're going to use. Let's say in this case we're going to use the Fry, and let's say the date. Today's date is 10/1/19, and I hit enter, and notice all the other dates changed every 7 days. I put a formula here to add 7 days to this date, but if you don't like this, if you do it every 2 weeks, you can type over this and put whatever you want. And then when we've selected Fry words here, so we're going to do the Fry this child. We'll start them off at the bottom, Fry first 100. So then we would come over here to printable assessment, and we change this to, oops, let me swap it to Fry, and we were doing the first 100 words for Fry, so we'll print this out, just change it to portrait, hit print 2 copies, and then we would hand one to the kid, and we would mark on ours, and then when the kid, we've got the scores, we come back over here and we're going to type it in. Check means yes, they got it. And just for a shortcut hint, when you have these check boxes, if you select one and then you roll down to, let's say, this one right here, you can hold the shift key and mash that, and it selects everything. Or you can go old school and just do it with the mouse wheel. You can grab and select, and then once you do so, you've got them selected. If you hit the space button, checks them all off as a yes. Now what that does is you click over here on the dashboard, and you can tell the child did not meet the goal, and the reason is because they got 27 correct, and number correct and number incorrect was 73 words incorrect. So they didn't meet the percentage. Now they definitely met this goal, but they didn't meet this goal. If we drop the accuracy down something really low, see they met the goal. So this thing automatically keeps track of whether they met the goals or not. If you notice there's nothing else appearing here, it's because I put a little code in every one of these boxes. I can't stand when a formula is put in a cell. Notice all these have formulas up there. If it has gibberish there, like, you know, whatever, because there's no mathematical numbers. So these things will be blank until the date has passed. So remember when we set the date, until the actual calendar date occurs, all these will be blank. Now let's say you actually need to print this later. Basically you just grab it and roll down to wherever you want, hit the print key, and you've got some stuff to show it. Put in the child's file. You can change this to selected cells only, and it'll just show what you need. Now there is a graph here, but why is it not showing it? Because there's not enough data yet. Once you actually get some data, like in this example, once you actually get several rows of data, this graph will update as new lines are added. And this is what I was talking about with the formula. These dates have already passed, so you start getting errors here. But this thing basically runs itself. And if, let's say, it's because 9/20 is already, today's actually October 1st in real life, so these dates have passed, but there's no values in. So if you just didn't want them to show up when you put this in the kids chart, you would just select down to here and then hit the print key, change this to selected cells, and it's going to just show you how the child did. And you can play around with the example, change the percentages, and it'll show whether they notice it changed that one. You can make the goals more strict or easy, and it'll change. But it's preloaded with all the words for Dolch and Fry, but you can also make your own words. If you click on Sight Words, there are 10 different sets here in the pink and green, and you can type whatever words you want here, and they'll end up in word list 1, because notice set 1, set 2. So if you come over here to either this page where the data is or the printable assessment and you choose word list, it's going to look for those word lists you created. So if I choose set 1, notice I love to eat French fries. If we click on here, set 1, I love to eat French fries. And if you add something more, it'll add the words there, because I can't spell, sorry. And so if you click back, it should automatically add them. See, there it is, because they're so good, and because they're so good. Now here's the problem with adding words to a list you've already got existed. It's going to mess your data up, because notice these don't have checks because we just typed those words in. If you actually, that's why I would say, if you've already assessed a child for this, and that's all the words you had in it right here, like let's say that's all the words you had, and later on you want to have, because they're so good, you just need to put this whole thing, like copy those and put them here and then add, because they're so good. Oop, I am messing up bad typing. There's a little lag with this video recording. But anyway, you get the point. But there's not much to use in this file, and it should save you a lot of time if you use Sight Words. And if you just happen upon this video for some weird reason and you wanted this file, I'll put the link below, but you can actually buy it here on Teachers Pay Teachers. Thanks for checking it out. If you have questions, just email me and I can help you with it.